Hey there, how are you? Welcome to another new video. New York is a treasure trove of iconic buildings, each with its own viral story. Ready to explore 10 incredible tales from the city's architectural history? Let's jump in. All right, let's jump right back into the fun we've been having. The story kicks off in the 1600s with Dutch colonists building homes in what we now know as New York. Take the Van Cortlandt House, for instance. Fast forward to the American Revolution, and we see the rise of Georgian style. After the Revolution, from around 1785 to 1830, Federal-style architecture takes center stage. This style, named after the Federalist Party and inspired by classical design, is all about symmetry and elegance. You can still spot it in Greenwich Village today. So, what makes Federal style so appealing? It's those clean lines, balanced symmetry, and charming details, like cornices and pilasters that catch the eye. There's just something about symmetrical buildings that feels right, don't you think? It's all about that sense of harmony that people just love. 2. Rise of the brownstones, 1800s. During the 1800s, New York grew rapidly, attracting immigrants and those seeking economic opportunities. As the city expanded, so did its architectural vocabulary. Enter the brownstone. Originally called Long Island limestone, brownstone got its name because they were often left outside to weather and turned brown. They rose to popularity in the mid-1800s. From the stoop to the fire escape, brownstones have become an iconic part of New York's skyline. They were once the middle-class equivalent of a mansion, tightly packed together in neighborhoods like Brooklyn and Harlem. Today, they're a viral symbol of old New York charm. Think Gossip Girl or When Harry Met Sally, or even more recently, Netflix's The Lincoln Lawyer. But don't let their beauty fool you. They are narrow, multi-story buildings where your upstairs neighbor can easily peek into your bedroom. So, who wants to live in a brownstone? 3. Beaux-Arts and Gilded Age glamour, late 1800s to early 1900s. The last decades of the 1800s and the beginning of the 1900s in New York was a time of great wealth and expansion. This era is known as the Gilded Age. Imagine horse-drawn carriages gliding past gas lamps as the wealthy elite parade themselves around in their finest attire. It was a time when America was becoming a global power, and New York was at the forefront of this change. That's why it only makes sense that the architecture would reflect opulence. The Beaux-Arts style dominated during this period, known for its grandiosity and intricate details. This French term translates to beautiful arts, which is exactly what we see in landmarks like Grand Central Terminal, the New York Public Library, and the Metropolitan Museum of Art. They have soaring ceilings, intricate sculptures, and an abundance of marble, but perhaps no structure embodies the excess of this era better than the Vanderbilt Mansion. Designed by Richard Morris Hunt, it was a staggering 175 feet long and contained 188 rooms. Today, we can visit the Vanderbilt Mansion National Historic Site to get a glimpse of what life was like during the Gilded Age. Who says history can't be beautiful? 4. The skyscraper boom, 1900s. Now, let's fast forward to the early 1900s when New York did something no city had ever done before: touch the clouds. During this time, New York architects were eager to push the boundaries of engineering and design. The result was the birth of the skyscraper. Today, New York is synonymous with skyscrapers. Some say the Flatiron Building, completed in 1902, was the first true skyscraper. With its unique triangular shape and soaring height, it looks like something out of a fantasy novel. Then came the Titans. The Chrysler Building in 1930 epitomizes Art Deco elegance with its sleek lines and star-studded crown. Just a year later, the Empire State Building reaches new heights, quite literally becoming the tallest building on Earth until the late 1950s. For a while, New Yorkers could enjoy unobstructed views of the clouds from the building's observation deck. These viral icons are symbols of ambition, speed, and progress, perfect subjects for reels and timelines. Which icon is your favorite? Let us know in the comments. 5. Art Deco and Jazz Age influence, 1920s, 30s. The 1920s and 30s was a time of glamour and excitement. People were dancing the Charleston, flaunting their fashion, and listening to jazz. It was the era of the lost generation, and that lifestyle also bled into architecture. The Art Deco style emphasized glamour and sophistication. It's evident in landmarks like Rockefeller Center, Radio City Music Hall, and the New Yorker Hotel. Picture yourself sipping a martini on a rooftop as you watch the city come alive at night. Doesn't that sound like a movie scene? Well, it is. Movies like The Age of Innocence and Midnight in Paris use Art Deco settings to capture the essence of this glamorous time. If you're looking to experience this era firsthand, head over to 30s-themed bar or restaurant and feel transported to another time. And don't forget to snap a pic for your timeline. 6. Post-war modernism, 1950s-70s. After World War II, New York started to embrace a new style of architecture, modernism. This was a departure from the ornate styles of the past. Instead, architects were drawn to simplicity and functionality. The style is characterized by clean lines, geometric shapes, and an emphasis on functionality. One of the best examples of this is the Seagram building designed by Ludwig Mies van der Rohe. Its glass facade and steel frame were revolutionary at the time. Then there's the United Nations headquarters, with its sweeping curves and globe-inspired design. It's a symbol of New York's role in global diplomacy. The era also produced other iconic structures like the Gateway Arch in St. Louis and the John F. Kennedy Presidential Library and Museum in Boston. So why does modernism keep going viral? It's all about that minimalist aesthetic. Glass walls and open spaces make it seem like anything is possible. Plus, it reminds us of a simpler time when things were all about form and function. 7. Brutalism and urban struggles, 1960s, 70s. As we move towards the 1960s and 70s, New York faces a different set of challenges. Crime rates rise and many parts of the city fall into disrepair. Yet amidst this struggle, a new architectural movement emerges, brutalism. This style is known for its raw concrete and imposing structures. Take the old Whitney Museum with its fortress-like exterior. It may not be everyone's cup of tea, but it certainly makes a statement. Brutalism is a reaction against the perceived superficiality of the international style. But why is it suddenly trending? Well, some say it's all about the nostalgia. Retro urban photography has gained traction online, with people appreciating the gritty realism of these images. It's a reminder of a bygone era that many of us never experienced, giving us a break from picture-perfect posts. 8. Preservation battles, saving the soul of NYC. The 1960s proved to be a pivotal time in New York history. On May 1, 1963, the wrecking ball swings. Penn Station, once a grand transportation hub, is demolished to make way for an office tower. But this wasn't just about progress. It was about losing a piece of New York's soul. People like First Lady Jackie Kennedy rallied to save Grand Central Terminal from the same fate. She led a campaign that highlighted the historical and architectural significance of the station. Thanks to her efforts, Grand Central is saved. And since then, New Yorkers have been on high alert when it comes to demolition. Today, preservation battles continue. And while they may not always be successful, they remind us of the importance of protecting what makes New York, New York. 9. The rise of luxury and super talls, 2000s today. As we step into the 21st century, New York enters a new era, the billionaire's row. We've got super tall skyscrapers piercing the sky, luxury condos, and breathtaking views. These structures are taller than the old guard like the Empire State Building. They redefine New York's skyline. Imagine standing on the ground looking up at a building as tall as 1,000 feet. You can see 432 Park Avenue with its pencil-thin design, or the Central Park Tower with its luxurious residences. These viral landmarks spark debates on wealth, gentrification, and the changing face of New York. They may be symbols of excess, but they're also pushing the boundaries of engineering and design. Which super tall is your favorite? Let us know in the comments. 10. Mixing the old with the new. New York's greatest architectural achievement might be its ability to evolve while preserving its soul. What's more viral than that? The High Line, an old railway line turned urban park, is a perfect blend of history and nature. Little Island, a floating park sprouting from the Hudson River, is futuristic yet rooted in the landscape. And let's not forget the Vessel at Hudson Yards, the Instagram-famous stairs that bring thousands of visitors every day. It might be controversial, but it's definitely earned its spot in New York's story. Because here's the thing, New York isn't just about the newest or tallest. It's about how it blends the old with the new, the classic with the contemporary, the iconic with the innovative. It's about that perfect mix that keeps people coming back for more. As I walk these streets, I'm not just moving through space, I'm moving through time. Each brick, beam, and building tell a story. And this city, it taught me how to dream in steel and stone. Now it's your turn to add your story to the mix. Which landmark made you fall in love with New York? Share your thoughts below. See you next time! Thank you for watching this video.